Just when some families, they celebrate their children wey don become barrister as the federal government called some lawyers to bar. This particular girl, wey her name na Isabella Chioma Ajana, she is just a 19-year-old student of UNIZIK. Na on Sunday for here, na be say she collapse, enter coma. Then yesterday, it was declared that she was no more. My people, this na the tale of wetin students dey pass through for school. According to the story wey be say dey our desk right now, they say this particular girl, within last week, she and her roommate misplaced the key wey be say dey open the door to her hostel. They say the particular hostel where this particular girl dey stay for UNIZIK na Elmada hostel. And for this particular hostel, there is a law that states that if you misplace your key, you go pay about 100 to 120,000 to get a spare key. Unfortunately for this particular girl, they misplaced the key. After they don't search everywhere for the school to no avail to see their original key, they can't come back, come meet the person where they govern that hostel. Maybe like a matron or something. Come beg and say, I beg, we misplaced our key. Kindly give us the spare key. But the person where they call Madam Bright insists, say, if they not pay that actual amount of money, say they not go fit get access to the spare key. This particular girl and her friends begin to plead with this particular matron of that particular hostel. Say, I beg, even for medical reasons, as her drug dey inside this particular hostel, may she forget access to her medication. But the woman paid deaf ear. This particular girl will be Chioma Isabella Ajana. This particular girl na diabetic patient, and she dey make use of what we call insulin to keep her body system afloat. Unfortunately, this adamant matron no even consider the health status of the girl. If possible, open the hostel, let them take their drugs, and step out while they try to follow due process to see how they can get their spare key. But because of how adamant she was, these particular girls and the friend, they spent 3 extra days outside their room. Maybe they spent the few nights with somebody else or in another hostel. But surprisingly, on Sunday, while they were still pleading to see how they can get a spare key, because they could not afford the 100 or 120K that was being demanded from them, this particular girl slipped into a coma. And she was rushed first to the clinic that was within the school. Unfortunately, they said they don't see anybody there. I don't know what the health management of the school was doing, but that was what they said. Then finally, she was rushed to another hospital. And just yesterday, which was the 9th of July, 2025, she gave up the ghost. Now, she is no more. This particular girl, where we say her parents, as they put her for law school, or she dey study law, they believe say, yes, she will go law school, become the next barrister, become the next legal juggernaut where we say go dey society. Unfortunately, because of hostel mismanagement, things like this don't happen. Wetin dey inside spare key wey go make una demand for 120,000. Now gold be the spare key. I be waiting the spare key. Where we say even empathy to say, okay, first open room, collect what you need, the basic things. Make we see how we fit a dialogue and see how we can get this in place so that when I'll get the spare key. What is so special about this spare key? Where we say as humans we are no longer considerate, especially in a schooling environment. Now as I speak with my people, some reporters don't arrive at the school where they're going to interview the supervisor for this particular hostel to get a first-hand knowledge of what happened. I want more than listening, because right now I'm going to work with some persons who are human rights lawyers to see how we can sue this particular school and get ourselves involved, because things like this should not be happening. Why are you charging 120,000 over common key? I understand the fact say whenever you are leaving the hostel, you're supposed to remit the key, maybe with the matron before you leave. But things like this happen. But at least as they still beg una reach. Then finally, the so-called health institution inside the school, they were not functioning to help rescue this child as at that particular time. My people, wetin man really do man?
Could you please tell us your name?
My name is Mrs. Amaka Ugu.
What is your duty here?
I'm a supervisor in Block B, Mother Hostel.
Okay.
Block A, Mother Hostel.
Okay. Could you please tell us about the incident that occurred in this hostel, I think on Sunday or Monday?
Sunday, Monday, I cannot tell. I will say on a Monday, I came to work. So when I came to work on Monday, around some minutes after 8 o'clock, while entering my office, I saw a security man coming downstairs, and I asked him, why are you coming from the hostel, girls' hostel? He said that he helped to carry a girl that is sick to her room. And I asked what's the room number. He told me. I now ran to the room and saw what was happening. But before then, my co-supervisor in Block B was there attending to her. So when I got there, and I asked what the matter was. So they didn't tell me because everybody was panicking before we now took her to medical center. I asked them whether they have taken her to anywhere. They say yes, that they have taken her to the medical center and met no one there before they brought her back. I say, why? Why not take her to another hospital where it will be late?
And the medical center is in the school?
Yes, it's inside the school.
How come nobody was in the medical center?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Okay, continue.
Yes, so we now brought her down again and took her back to the medical center. By then, I called them. They said that they have opened before they now referred them to Amako. That was the extent I knew about it.
Okay, right now, where are the roommates, or do you have an idea of anything the school is doing about the situation? Because online and all social media platforms, nobody has said anything about this incident.
The room, for now, the roommates, when I came to work this morning, I met one of the roommates. They said that she's invited to the security office. I don't know about the friend and one of the roommates. They are invited to the security office. I don't know about the other one. I don't know where about the third roommate.
Okay. The matron on duty, the matron that allegedly requested for 120,000 before she could release a new specky to them for her to get her medication. Where is the matron at the moment?
I don't know if the matron requested for the money for spare keys, but at the moment, I think she has gone home because we closed by 2 o'clock that Saturday. I think she will be in her house then. I'm not too sure, but I know she will be in her house because we don't stay all the day. Yes.
Okay. But according to the post made online, it's alleged that this hostel has a policy of when you lose your key, you'll be asked to pay for a certain amount before you could get a spare key. Is there any policy like that in this hostel?
Not for a spare key. It's when they lose their keys entirely. When they lost it, is when they are asked to pay for that money. But if you misplaced your key, and you ask for the spare key, it will be given to you. Open your door, then you bring back the spare key. We keep it back.
Okay, thank you for giving us attention and telling us what you know about this case. Thank you very much. Now we are going to head to the security department. Let's know what has been they have been doing about this incident, the investigations, and how far they have gone, because this is totally a sad moment.